Hi Shiva, nice to see that you sent us another set of essays. Let's see what you did here. This is the bad restaurant experience. Here's what you wrote. Dear Sir Madam, I'm writing to express my dissatisfaction about the service I received from your restaurant. Last week on Monday, I came to your restaurant with a group of friends to have dinner. I ordered salad for a starter, and pumpkin stew for my main dish. Although I explained to your waiter that I have how about I follow a gluten-free diet, and my meal should not contain bread or in general flour in its ingredients. My salad was served with pieces of bread inside, and my stew had dumpling inside. All right, it's okay so far. It's good. But you know what you've done a couple of times? This, your restaurant, etc., etc., your restaurant. Bread inside, dumpling inside. So, when you do this, you're basically missing a lovely opportunity for you to use some higher level cohesion, okay? And sometimes cohesion can be done even with synonyms, which is something you could have done in that first instance. So here, for example, you said, the service I received from your restaurant last week on Monday, I came to your establishment, okay? So that's one way you're basically creating cohesion. It might not seem like it, but in fact you are. And then here, my salad was served with pieces of bread inside, and my stew also contained dumpling. Okay, so you're just changing things around so you're not repeating the same word so often. So moving on. I was so frustrated that I started complaining, but surprisingly, who is he? Your waiter. Okay, he did not excuse, but he also claimed that I had not explained my order precisely. That doesn't make sense. What does that mean, he did not excuse? It means something else, I believe. So, surprisingly, he did not, surprisingly, he did not apologize, but he also claimed that I had not explained my order precisely. That's what you want to say there. I told him that I want to speak with the manager of the restaurant. Now, this is reported speech, and so you need to move a tense back here. I told him that I wanted to speak with the manager of the restaurant, but he refused to send me to you. As I did not intend to ruin the evening for my friends, I did not continue the discussion with him. However, I am still extremely disappointed by the service I got at your restaurant. Therefore, I suggest that I be given a full refund. If you do not consider my complaint seriously, you will force me to take action. I await your prompt response. All right, that's good. That's good. That's very good. Just those little things about the inside. Your restaurant. But other than that, it was lovely. It was very well done, okay? Firm, clear, no real issues. Well done. The dear sir, your dear madam is correct. Yours faithfully is correct. No problems whatsoever. So, if there's one thing I wasn't hugely happy with this, it was your decision to start a new paragraph here. I think you probably should have just connected that to the previous sentence. I think that would have been a better choice. But that's pretty much it, really, and that's not really a big deal. Like, that's such a detail, because in task 1, paragraphing is not so important. So you did a good job, all right? Let's take a look now at your task 2. All right, so let's take a look now at your task 2. The issue of high expenditure. I don't know about this. The issue of all right, I prefer spending here. It just feels a little more natural, but let's just move on. The issue of high spending on social events, especially cultural and sports activities, has grown in importance over the last few years. Personally, I believe that spending money for such occasions is a positive action. This essay will discuss both the negative and positive aspects, without the S here, of the issue, using examples from Hamburg University and the Iranian government to prove the points. Okay, it would have been helpful if you had actually included the question, because I want to see if it's I think this one is, do the positives outweigh the negatives? If that's the case, then you absolutely have to answer that in your introduction. You can't just leave us wondering, all right? Like it's a surprise. I mean, if that's what the essay is asking you to talk about, if the positives outweigh the disadvantages, then you need to tell us if they do here in your introduction. There is ample evidence that some people, specifically teenagers, are not able to manage their money, thus squander it for whatever they like. The central reason behind this is that they are so enthusiastic about their interests, such as participating in a football match or a folk concert, which may cost a fortune, that they do not make a wise decision on how much they should spend for these events. All right, I want you to be a little careful here. First of all, they're not participating in the match. They are attending a match. There's a difference. If you're participating, you're actually playing. So you want to say attending a football match. I also want to fix some of the other grammar here. Let's look at it again. The central reason behind this is that they are so enthusiastic about their interests, such as attending a football match or folk concert. So here you needed a comma and a comma, which may cost a fortune, comma, that they do not make wise decisions, make this plural, on how much they should spend for these events. For instance, empirical research, get rid of and because research is uncountable. Empirical research by Hamburg University has shown that 80% of the teenage boys in Germany spend almost all their pocket money for purchasing sports competition tickets. Thus, it is conclusively clear that buying expensive tickets prevents, is the right word here, not avoids, prevents teenagers from doing any other constructive activities. Okay, fine. My one concern here is that this whole paragraph is about, it's only about teenagers, and the essay actually just talks about people in general. So what you've really done is you've limited the focus of this, okay? You've made it too specific, and I believe that you shouldn't do that. You should make it a little more general so that it applies to all people, not just teenagers, okay? Let's move on. However, it should be taken into account that the majority of social events in most countries are supported by people and not government. Okay. This is mainly due to the fact that the government should prioritize the basic needs of citizens, such as health and education. For example, the Iranian government does not allocate any budget for cultural activities. Therefore, if people did not support such events, some part of their tradition and culture would be forgotten. As a result, it is possible to say beyond doubt that in order to preserve cultural identities and to support talents in sports fields, financial support from people is necessary. Okay, I get it. I understand what you're saying. Fine. In conclusion, from the examples and arguments given, I firmly believe that although spending a large amount of money for tickets should be managed wisely, it is crucial to support these occasions by purchasing relatively expensive tickets, as this would be the main financial source for their organizations. Okay, this is fine. You could see that I got through it easily. It made sense. It was developed. Let's see. I'll tell you why this confused me in the beginning. I looked at it. I was like, why are we talking about this? Why are we suddenly talking about the government supporting things? So I think what you could have done is you could have made this opening statement a little clearer so that the reader reading this would be like, okay, I understand why this is being said. So you could say something like, it should be taken into account the majority of social and cultural events in most countries have no other support than ticket sales. Okay, so something like that might have worked, and then we could have maybe understood where you were going. But I did feel like when I read this, I was confused about why we were talking about people in the government. But on the whole, it was nice. I liked it. I thought you did a very good job. I thought a lot of the vocabulary was good, but there were some mistakes. I already corrected things like avoid and so forth. But you did have some nice words, like prioritize is a nice word, allocate is a good word, preserve cultural identities is a great expression that you used. I like that. So all of that was quite nice. Okay? Go ahead and correct these, return them back to us correct, and let's see your next set. We'll be waiting for them, so good luck.